welcome back to Scrolling with Nette. So I just want to talk about a few things, and it's been on my mind since I've seen it recently, and I know you guys have seen it too. The Danish Deception. I know. There's been 100 think pieces, 1,000 think pieces, and it's just like the saga is just continuing. And I know it's what's the word? It, it's trendy or trending to hold someone accountable for their actions, and I'm all for that. But some people are borderline bullying that lady, I will say. And I think sometimes it's an internalized thing because they too have been duped and they're like beating their old selves up because they haven't forgiven themselves, right? But with that being said, Shorty was clearly in Danish delusion. You know what I mean? I did not watch all 30 part series, just like with Reese Tisa. I did not watch all 50. Like that was outrageous to even do 50. But I appreciate every creator that posted with cliff notes and that took their time out to listen. Cause no, I just simply wasn't doing that. I do think that Onyeka saw that Risa Tisa became a phenomenon, but that's just it. Like she's a phenomenon. So when you get online and you tell an 80 part series about something, the one time that it happens, it'll take off because it wasn't done before. And being that they saw Risa Tisa's success and her popularity rise, a lot of people have been on that wave, but that was just like a one off. You know what I'm saying? That was a one off. Not to say you can't tell your story, but to like go about it in a Risa Tisa S type way is cool and all, but at the same time, you're not going to get the same outcome as Risa. Now, people are saying that, well, she's doing it for to bring awareness, and that may be true. But also, let's not act like she's not trying to recoup what she lost because that man did bleed her from like for a lot, but that was under her own delusions. Now you could say that she wants to be a white girl. I don't know that woman to say that. The proximity to whiteness conversation has been had, and I could see some validity to that. But also, I think it runs deeper than just being a woman who looks at those of another complexion in another culture as something to be revered. I think it also speaks to some holes that need to be filled within herself. I'm no doctor, I'm not a psychologist or whatever the case may be, but when you allow yourself to walk in delusion to such magnitude, it's because you're trying to push down or fulfill something that basically is a void. And she needs to look deep within to see what that is, and hopefully she can overcome that. That's how I feel about that whole situation because it was just so many things that she said that good and well. Onyeka appears to be a woman who amassed a certain amount of money. You need some kind of intellect to do so, some kind of smarts. You don't have to be the smartest in the world to get rich or get wealthy or even be financially stable, but you have to have some kind of smarts. So that's what I'm going to say on that because I did a video prior talking about that already, but this is scrolling with Nat, so I just want to speak on a few topics. When it comes to A&P, okay, the situation with Rakai and Ray, I know y'all like, girl, you too old to be. Listen, it's called scrolling with Net, y'all. I've seen this on my timeline. I'm aware of A&P. Do I sit and watch Mafia Thons and all the streams of them guys? Absolutely not. But do I see clips here and there? Yes. Now, the whole clips with Ray and Rakai, it's the same thing with Tota and Ray when they go back and forth calling each other monkeys and making Chinese jokes and Asian jokes and things like that. To me, it's very corny, but also this, right? I want to hold A&P accountable because they allow Ray to get away with a lot, and by him coming from Taiwan to come over here and do the things that he's done off the backs of Black people. Let's not act like that's not what it is. Casanet put him on, right? But the Karakai a monkey, and he called Tota a monkey, right? So you can't say like he doesn't know about racism because why go to that Did he learn calling black people monkeys from AMP? I highly doubt it. So that lets me know, again, worldwide, how a lot of people feel about us as black people, not just African Americans, but black people. They let Ray get away with so much. Ray has said things like black people stink, black people don't have no fathers, all of this stuff. But you got to think about with Reg and everything. With Reggie would be like, you don't have a dad. That's one thing you could say, oh, he's building off that joke, but no, because Ray did a post like, oh, the black moms are so nice, but where's his dad? I don't appreciate that because he is around Talil, and Talil has an active father in his life. So, what do you mean, where's the dad? So, again, playing into these stereotypes, and these stereotypes are being reinforced because who he's hanging out with, and they need to hold him accountable. So they say he lost different sponsorships and deals, and rightfully so, because there is a borderline where you have to be like, listen, I'm being disrespectful, and they're allowing him to do so because he know he can hide behind Kai and them. So it's like I could do what I want and hide behind him. Like he was saying something in the store with agent one time, like, oh, like aunties get on my nerves sometime, and these black women, black aunties, and stuff like that. And it's just like, yo, cool your jets, Playboy. Like you're doing a little bit too much, and they allowing him to get away with so much. Like when he said black people stink, that was crazy to me. Now you could be around some of them funky little AMP members if they funky around you, because sometimes boys will be boys and guys will be guys, which you still should have good hygiene. But let's keep it above. Just to stay on topic, some guys' hygiene is really like, whoa, what are you doing? But to say black people stink was highly offensive. I did not appreciate that. I did not like that. And they need to hold Ray accountable. So if he lost some sponsorships and deals, maybe he'll learn his lesson. And he's talking about how he need PR. No, how about you not just be racist? How about that? I also want to talk about Agent. So Agent is one of the founding members of AMP, if I'm not mistaken, because I know um, Phantom basically put AMP together, but I believe Agent was there at its inception. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't know everything it is like to know about AMP, but what I do know is seeing Agent go from 300 plus pounds to where he is now. People are saying, oh, he's on Ozempic, but he's been on the like up and down with his weight loss. And listen, as a woman who gains and loses weight, I never get past a certain point though. But however, gaining and losing weight and having body dysmorphia and fighting that, it's a mental thing to overcome food. Have you seen how Agent eat? I'm not even talking about how much, how he'll scarf down something so quick. That is something deeper in itself. So for him to overcome losing the weight that he did in the amount of time that he did, I think he deserves a round of applause. You know what I mean? That's not easy. And he's young. He's like 29. So being so young and gaining the weight that he gained and losing the amount that he lost, I hope he keeps it up. It's sad to me how people are body shaming him. He finally decides to have the courage enough to take his shirt off. Yes, he has some loose skin. He lost a lot of weight, but you can see the abs underneath there. And for him to show his body, take off his hat, his forehead was an insecurity of his. He always wears hats. I don't think Agent is ugly. I think he has a handsome face. He's not an ugly guy. So he's bettering himself. And for him to publicly show his body the way he did and people to turn around and body shame, y'all some haters. Y'all some haters. And I just hope that he doesn't let any of that get to him because look at where he started. He's down two people, no shade. And I think that's an amazing thing. So for Agent to lose the weight that he lost in the amount of time that he did, to gain the confidence, to show his actual body, to show him no hat on, like he's done that before, but to really be like, listen, y'all are about to see me. I know mentally that took a lot out of him, and I want to say kudos to Agent. Also, how was your holiday? How was your holiday? And did y'all check out my last episode, the holidays? Christmas around the corner, y'all. So, oh, hold on. Speaking of which, Black Friday. Let's talk about it real quick. Why are we still like? How many TVs are y'all gonna buy every year? Black Friday comes around every year. The deals are not the same. Every year you see how people get duped, how stores are put up, oh, this is the sale price, and you remove the tag, and it's the same price that it was and has always been. We know the tricks of the trade, so why are people still falling for this? We're supposed to be standing tall and 10 tones down on boycotting Target and a lot of these big corporations, but these people offered you a swag bag. Starbucks did the whole bear thing, and y'all was supposed to be boycotting Starbucks, and y'all folded over a bear cup. Now y'all folding over a holographic, iridescent plastic tote bag full of Dollar Tree stuff. Y'all stood outside for umpteen hours for an iridescent, flimsy tote bag and some Uno cards. So it's like two for your mistake because you knew better. You knew better than that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, draw four, the color is blue. Y'all should be blue. Y'all should be sad because why would y'all even play yourself like that? So I don't understand y'all and how easy it is like to just be hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray all over a quote unquote swag bag and the promise of possibly receiving $100 gift cards or some Beats by Dre. Like what? A ninja slushy, a ninja slushy machine got y'all outside back at Target. So that's why I say it's selective outrage and it's online activism because as you can see, there's always going to be a group of people that just does not fall in line and stand, with others who are standing for something. That's just since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm shocked, but it's more so like, yeah, that's what y'all get because y'all sold yourself for a stack of Uno cards. Like, Uno cards, a lip gloss, and some electrolytes. Like, but are y'all okay? Like, are y'all really okay? I don't know, y'all, but drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the topics that I just touched on. And I really want to know, like, sincerely, like, do y'all feel as though with consumerism, like, we won't overcome it? Like, do y'all really feel as though we won't overcome it? Like, the boycott of Target hit them so hard, even with Starbucks. Starbucks are like, since when do Starbucks make commercials with celebrities? Like, these companies are feeling it, but y'all are still kind of falling victim to the okie doke. And I just need y'all to wake up. So let me know your thoughts. Drop that in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.